The most important thing I ever learned in terms of closing sales came from a man in a wheelchair. And before I get into it, I just want to talk about closing and sales. When people hear this, they're often turned off because they don't understand. They think it's about manipulation when really it's all about persuasion. And we all get persuaded from the time we're born until the time we pass away every single day. In one way or another, there's some persuasion. And that is, I'm going to start with, and I'm actually going to finish with, because there's too many examples. I could make a video hours long, but all the way from our parents when we're very young to our grandparents, perhaps even friends of the family, persuade us to either go in a direction, become curious about something, or a combination of both, because they tend to work hand in hand. So most people, and the reason why I'm saying that, the closing and sales part is so important, think about it. If you can't convey your message clearly to the end user that becomes your client, where are you? Your business is nowhere. And even people that generate millions of dollars all the way to the new beginning, the newbies, everyone has something in common, and the playing field is very level. And I'll explain that to you in 10 seconds, or you can click off this video. First, I want to tell you, as someone who knows what it's like to have a $50,000, $60,000 days in profit, you'll never be as excited with those days when you get there as you would be with your first sales. So here's the level playing field. No matter what product or service you're selling, if you have any doubts, if you're testing the market, or if you're brand new and have no sales yet, try sell something for $1, an electronic product, or $5, 50 cents. If you can't get people to pull the trigger on such a nominal amount of money, then chances are 100% you're doing things wrong and you need to fix these things. Try it as an experiment, and if you can't get anywhere, if you can't get any sales by beating that drum as hard as you can for a month, you need help. You need to listen and accept the fact that there's people out there that know a lot better than you, regardless of how good you think your logic is, and that you need to listen to them. So, back to what I learned from the man in the wheelchair. We'll call him Chris. I learned how to close and make an offer and have a beginning, middle, and end that's very concise. And back then, it was novelty items and collectible items. People would have responded by direct mail, or they would have responded to a magazine ad. They would have called in, or they would have filled out a form and then sent it into our offices. And what Chris taught me, and again, keep in mind, the man was in a wheelchair, that no matter what, his first presentation was always as good as his last, and his last was as good as his first. And I know I said the same thing twice in different ways, but you get the idea. He understood that if he was going to get optimum results, he had to be as close to perfect, his best, every single time out of the gate. And the offer would always be, we can get this for you. You should be happy about it because we're better than the rest, because this is what you're going to get, and this is how we're going to hold your hand through the whole process to make sure that you are as excited as you could possibly be going in this direction. And do you have any questions? So there was a beginning, middle, and end that was very concise, and he would always be ready to answer questions with enthusiasm and make sure that if someone said no, they really understood what they're saying no to. And that's what you should be trying to do in your sales and marketing. You need to be concise, whether it's your videos, copywriting, whatever you would put on your website or in an email. You need to have a beginning, middle, and end. It needs to be extremely compelling. And that's the purpose of this video, is to get across to you that you need to get people excited, explain to them very quickly, concisely, why you're better than the rest, and why they're going to be excited that they found you, because you deliver value to them that is very unique, which will enhance their experience and make what they want to get out of what you have to offer very unique for them and a part of their lives. Hit the bell, sub, and like if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on a different platform that's into the follows, likes, and of course, everyone loves comments. Do this if you enjoy the video, enjoyed it, and felt that it made sense. And I'll see you on the next one.